Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials. This is meant for class 11th biology boys, and we are discussing a chapter called Anatomy of Flowering Plants, and this video is meant for 1st July 2020. We were talking about various types of tissues that are seen in a flowering plant: simple permanent, complex permanent tissues, as well as most important and unique tissue called meristematic tissue. And in this session, we're going to talk about tissue system in plants. What is tissue system? Tissues together form a system, and that system, which is formed by the tissues present in plants, is called tissue system. It is of three types: epidermal tissue system, vascular tissue system, ground or fundamental tissue system. We start off with epidermal. Now when you take a section of, say, leaf or a stem or root, it's called a TS, transfer section, and we all get individually experience of how to take a section when you come to practicals. So you can see when you keep this TS of leaf, TS of stem, TS of root transfer section on a slide and observe under microscope, you can virtually see yourself all these sections. So here you can see the brown color outer in the leaf, in the stem, in the root. That is dermal tissue, epidermal tissue. And just below that you can see ground tissue, and you can see inside centrally that indigo color, vascular tissue. So this is how in any flowering plant we can see three types of tissue systems: dermal tissue or epidermal tissue system. As the name suggests, epi means upon, on top; dermis means layer, layer that is covering the entire organ and organ systems, and it is on top, hence we say epidermal. Epidermal system, tissue system consists of epidermis, and sometimes there will be outgrowths. They are called epidermal outgrowths. And the epidermis, as I said just now, is the superficial layer covering the entire surface of primary plant body. You can see here the epidermis is covering the leaf, the epidermis is covering the stem, epidermis is covering the root. So it is mainly for protection. It forms outermost covering of the plant body, consists of epidermal cells, epidermal appendages, these are outgrowths, and stomata. Epidermis is the outermost layer. It's a single layer, single celled. Each cell has small amount of cytoplasm and very big vacuoles will be there. Outer surface is covered with a thick layer that's called cuticle. It's just like a plastic paper. Cuticle prevents loss of water from aerial parts of the plants, so it is a water saving device. Cuticle is a water saving device. And epidermis is interrupted by small beans seed shaped or cashew nut shaped cells called stomata. And stoma is surrounded by two guard cells, as you have seen already in the junior classes. Now when you take a TS of monocot root, you can see the presence of epidermis. Look at that, on top, outermost layer, and you can see some appendages also, something like root hairs. And centrally ground tissue you are seeing, it's called cortex, ground tissue. Then inside, again for protection, there is endodermis, and further for protection there is a pericycle, and centrally you got a empty space almost, or a loose parenchymatous tissue, that's called pith. And pith is responsible for flexibility, and between the pith and pericycle you can see the presence of vascular tissue. Vascular tissue consists of vascular bundles. A vascular bundle consists of two tissues, two permanent tissues, xylem and phloem. So this is how when you take a section of TS of root, it appears under the microscope. And the guard cells which will be there in the epidermal cells, they have a separate function, they have a particular function to perform. As I said, they have got two guard cells. These are bean shaped, and in case of monocots they are dumbbell shaped. So depending upon whether the guard cells get elongated or constricted, stomata opens and closes. And of course a mineral called magnesium also plays an important role in opening and closing of stomata. How does it matter for us or for the plant? When the stomata is opened, there is transpiration. When stomata is closed, there is no water going out from the plant. So it's a water saving method. How much the stomata will be closed, that much water will be preserved. Outer wall is thin and inner wall is thick. They possess chloroplasts also. They carry out photosynthesis, and epidermal cells in their vicinity become specialized in their size and shape. Stomatal apparatus consists of three small aperture hole, stomatal hole, guard cells and surrounding epidermal cells. Epidermis also bears appendage, just now you have seen in the diagram, root hairs. These are unicellular elongated epidermal cells. Appendages on stem are called trichomes, we will see in the next slide, help in preventing water loss by transpiration, and they are glandular secretory in function. Look at this, the appendages you can see here, the hair-like structures that have come. So epidermis, there is appendages, epidermal appendages, root hairs are there, and then you have got a vast ground tissue. See, cambium is very, very vast. And then you have got a red line inside, that's endodermis. And you have got xylem and phloem. Xylem is in a red color and the phloem is in yellow color. So you got a pericycle and xylem and phloem. So you can see clearly in this section all the three types of tissue systems. That is epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system and vascular tissue system. All the three are present in this. Now in particular, vascular tissue system, as I said, includes xylem and phloem. Now I want you to focus on many technical words that you come across. Please write down all the technical words on a paper and write what it means to you. For example, what is a vascular bundle? First of all, you should know vascular tissue consists of vascular bundles. A vascular bundle is a tissue that has both xylem and phloem. It has a particular shape and size. So anything that contains xylem and phloem is a vascular bundle. And in between xylem and phloem, if there is extra layer of cambium, then we say the vascular bundle is open. Remember first technical word. What is open vascular bundle? Open vascular bundle is a bundle in which cambium is present in between xylem and phloem. And if cambium is not present, it is absent, then we say closed vascular bundle. Remember that? Closed vascular bundle. And you can also see lot many technical words further. That is, when vascular bundle can be radial, we say. What do you mean by radial? Xylem and phloem within the vascular bundle arranged in alternate manner on different radius. So we have got one xylem bundle, one phloem bundle, one xylem bundle, one phloem bundle. Then we say the vascular bundle is radial, and xylem and phloem are on the same radius as you are seeing here. Then we say conjoint vascular bundle. And out of the two types of vascular tissues, xylem and phloem, one forms a solid core while other surrounds it completely by all shades. Suppose xylem is like a mass and phloem is surrounding that mass of xylem, then we say concentric. So according to the position of the xylem and phloem, I am telling you three technical words. Vascular bundle can be radial, vascular bundle can be conjoint, vascular bundle can be concentric. And then once it is conjoint, what do you mean by conjoint? Xylem and phloem on the same radii as you are seeing. Then we can say it is conjoint. And depending upon that, again conjoint can be collateral or bicollateral. What do you mean by collateral? Phloem on outer side and xylem on inner side. So phloem should be outside, xylem should be inside. Then we say collateral vascular bundle. Bicollateral, xylem is sandwiched between outer phloem and inner phloem. Then we say bicollateral. And based on concentric, what do you mean by concentric? Out of the xylem and phloem, one forms a solid core while the other surrounds it completely on all sides. 360 degrees it is covering. Then we say concentric vascular bundle. And in that, phloem surrounds xylem. That is, phloem surrounds xylem. That means xylem is in the center and phloem is surrounding it. Then we say amphicribal or hadrocentric vascular bundle. And reverse, xylem surrounds the phloem. Then we say amphivessel or leptocentric vascular bundle. So when protoxylem is towards the periphery and metaxylem is towards the center, already I said it is exarch. When protoxylem is towards the center, metaxylem is towards the periphery, then endarch. So many technical words you need to remember here. And you can see here how the xylem and phloem are responsible for transportation of water and minerals as well as food. You can see here secondary growth also, heartwood, sapwood, like that. You can see upward movement of water in vessels and see the perforations. There's a sieve tubes, and you can see the downward movement of sugar and sieve tubes. The sieve tubes are making the sugar starch to go downward, and there is presence of companion cell. And further you can see here there is a secondary growth, bark is formed, and inside there is sapwood and heartwood. We'll be talking about all this in our topic called secondary growth. So various parts please identify and think what is the function of that part, what is the significance of that part. And now ground tissue. Ground tissue is very important because it gives mechanical support. And invariably the ground tissue consists of, as you all know, peribellum, and it has got something like very strong cells. It's cortex and pericycle. The cortex will be very, very strong, and pith also will be there, but it is reasonably flexible. And you can see in this the ground tissue. So you've got dermal tissue, you've got ground tissue, and ground tissue, as I said just now, most of the time we call it as cortex, and then pericycle. So cortex and pericycle makes the ground tissue. Vascular tissue is made by xylem and phloem, and dermal tissue, of course, epidermal tissue. I hope you have understood this, and you need to visualize this as you are at home. But once you come back to the school, in our lab, you will be taking individually, each one of you will be taking the sections, and